She's so what? Kawaii desu? She's like a doll.
ちっちゃん。お、なら最初からにじかちゃんがデザインすればよかったのでは。どうでもいい。
The more meaningful and quality time you spend with each other, the closer you become meaningfully, non-superficially. You can start to pick up each other's sentences, finish each other's sentences off, and sort of gauge what you're thinking. I could do that with my really good friends, and that's what is happening here. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a UPenn educated psychotherapist and a master of over-analysis and your favorite yapper. Welcome to my detailed psychological analysis of Bocchi the Rock, episode 7. I feel tremendously blessed going back and forth between the Apothecary Diaries and Bocchi the Rock. Athletic Nation Zero, Vinny, Greg Bogue, Foxless Gaming, Crisco94, Jen Negray, and Wu Xiyang are the sponsored tier highlights of today's video. Shout out to the growing patron family and YouTube members. Sit back, and I hope you enjoy today's video. So I know Bocchi, obviously Hitori, as commenters also pointed out, that Bocchi also means like loner. So even there's so many different layers in the show. And another commenter also pointed out that there's a lot of different hidden gems and references, like different Easter eggs and different song references throughout the series. So I'll be looking out for that. And also different fantasy and anime references and callbacks embedded. Again, this show is amazing. One thing I do want to talk about that, like I said, Hitori is the main character. She is the main protagonist, but all the main characters are amazing. Nichita, Yo, and so on. I also want to highlight that all the characters, not just Bocchi, but all the side characters are also getting closer. Like here, they were just saying that, hey, thanks for showing me around. You can see the team chemistry, the team cohesion, and friendship is indeed brewing. Because remember, community and meaningful social circle and meaningful relationships is comprised of multiple different parties. What is your Yo up to? Oh no. What? What? Yo, that's amazing. So I know I drink a lot of Kool-Aid of Yo because, again, Yo's got that rocker chick vibe, as Hitori would say. She's so nonchalant, very charismatic. She truly is a loner without the feeling of loneliness. And I read this quote from School of Life, London, which is a podcast that I listened to yesterday. And I wanted to share this with everyone. The quote said, loneliness is not always a sign of despair and depressions and mental health crisis. Of course, I often talk about the epidemic of loneliness crisis, and it is. At the same time, that quote from School of Life made me ponder. So what that quote means is many people feel this loneliness, not necessarily because they don't have friends, but because of the depth of their emotional understanding and their maturity. Many of us are more philosophical. Many of us appreciate deeper thinking. Many of us appreciate the depth of conversations, being more authentic, being more open-minded versus more superficial, more shallow. It's neither here or there. And if you guys identify with that, because that's how I am and that's who I am as well, we often sometimes feel like not many people understand us. We sometimes feel like not many people can resonate with what we're saying or our way of thinking. So in some sense, we can view this loneliness through a more positive perspective or framework of, oh, it's okay. We enjoy solitude. We enjoy alone time. We enjoy thinking about thinking. We call that metacognition, definition right here. Meta means in between, the space in between. Cognition means thoughts. Anyway, coming back to Ryo. So again, I talked about Ryo is that type of a loner. She is alone, but not lonely. But this show is amazing because it talks about how multifaceted and how multidimensionally complex everyone is. They just said that Ryo is a low-key compulsory liar, right? Or pathological liar. Definition right here. Right? Pathological liar is usually a very, very negative connotation. It's a very, very negative thing. That means people who just lie pathologically. They can lie as if eating an apple, like eating a breakfast. They lie compulsively and pathologically. It's like their second nature. Of course, the way they're describing Yo's lies are more innocent. Sounds like it's just excuses, like silliest excuses for Yo to back out of social commitments and invitations that she doesn't really want to go to. Nothing wrong with that, right? At the same time, I do think it's more helpful and healthier for us to be honest. Learn to say no. The art of saying no is an art. If you don't want to go to a certain social commitment, just say no, no thank you. I have a date with myself. I have a date with my parents. I actually want to spend some alone time contemplating about X, Y, and Z, or work on my bass, work on my guitar, work on my crafts, and so on. Honesty is always the best policy. What's going on?
ここだよね。お父さんの家って旅館でしたっけ？知らないけど、どっからどう見ても普通の家だよね。
Were they picturing a massive cardboard box?
ぼっちちゃん来たよ。こんにちは。
What is she gonna pull? What is Hitori gonna pull? What the? So that's again absolute comedy gold. I absolutely adore this show, and Bocchi the Rock has quickly ascended to become one of my favorite shows of all time. Not just anime, but shows. It's hilariously deep. I think that's the best way of talking about it. One quick thing I will double click on is remember Bocchi's invisible struggle of social anxiety. This is most likely the first time in Bocchi's 15, 16 years of life she's ever invited friends to come over to her household. Ever. I'm sure the only people that's been over to her house is obviously her family members, plus Shiba the dog, and her parents' families, or her parents' families and friends. But for Hitori, this is a monumental first. And remember what I talked about throughout the series. Any first is monumental and extremely meaningful. Our first hug, our first kiss, our first dates, our first adventure, and so on. We will always remember the first because it's so extra meaningful. And this is that first for Hitori. That's why the amount of pressure, anxiety, and stress, that's why Bocchi was wearing whatever those party glasses with the freaking banner outside saying that welcome Kesoku bands. This is where we healed our body and mind. It's like a spiritual, emotional retreat. But again, through this comedy, it portrays Hitori's invisible struggle. But remember, Hitori is slowly coming out of her cocoon to slowly become that butterfly, transforming from a caterpillar to this beautiful blossoming progress, evolution. Absolutely beautiful to see. But I'm curious to see what other internal criticism and inner criticism and negative self-talk, definition right here, Bocchi's struggling, because any meaningful first comes with a lot of pressure, especially for Hitori. Party glasses, I'm dead. Sergeants for the day.
ぼっちちゃん楽しそうだね。後藤さんも今日楽しみにしてくれてたって分かって。
Aww. What Nishita just did is cognitive reframe, definition right here. Right? Again, it's a common technique that we use in CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. We are reframing a negative situation into something positive. It's not the same as toxic positivity syndrome, definition right here. It's not the same. It's not to dismiss the negative. It's not to dismiss the negative sentiments, emotions, circumstances, and pretend as if everything's fine. That is hella, super, 100% toxic. What Nichita is doing is to validate Hitori's valiant effort. Oh, isn't this amazing? She might have bombed, and this is kind of awkward and weird and quirky, rather, not weird, quirky, but oh, it shows how much effort, how excited she was looking into it. She's reframing Hitori's bombed effort into something positive, but it is true though. And one thing I do want to highlight is cognitive reframe is not like we're not fluffing. It's not like fantasy La La Lands. You're not making something out of nothing. It has to be valid and genuine. If Hitori actually didn't put any effort in, right? And Nishida said, oh, look at how much effort Hitori put in. Look at how much excitement, and we can tell that Hitori's been looking forward to this. If Hitori didn't do any of that, then it's very fake, very pretentious. It's not authentic at all. So that wouldn't work whatsoever. But it's working here. Why? Because it is valid. It is real. Trendiness.
バラバラの服よりお揃いの方が一体感バンド感そういうの出るんじゃないそれに全然結束感ねえなとか絶対言われるしわかった遊びに来たんじゃないんだからね
What is disco balls?
すみません全部片付けますやっぱりちょっとは遊ぼうかなはい、
So Hitori popping and deflating those balloons is a external reflection and projection of her internal states. Oh, she feels very deflated, very small, very defeated. She's like, oh, I bombed this. She's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pop all those balloons and I'm gonna go fetch some drinks. So the friends are like, oh, it's okay, we can play around a little bit. Because remember, she's doing all this. Yes, she's overcompensating because of her struggle, her social anxiety, but it is her massive efforts, her visible efforts, yes, to cover up her invisible struggle, but again, her visible efforts to create this welcoming, warm environment. So these band members, remember, the first non-family members that probably ever came over to Hitori's house. It's honestly beautiful and well respected. Much respect, Hitori. It's not the outcome. It's the effort that counts. Full stop. She sounds so deflated. Look at the way she's walking.
私勝手にもう少しロックな感じの部屋してるのかと思ってこれはロック？ロックしてる他にはロックなところあるかな？いた！
Aww. Oh. わからないけど、なんかめちゃめちゃロックな気がする。この写真部屋にいっぱい貼ってたんだよ。すっごく気に入った写真なんだって。Aww, it's the little sister. あとそっちのお札とかはお姉ちゃんがこの前お化けに取り付けて貼ってあるんだ。以上説明おしまい。シバ。はい、はじめまして。はい。お二人です。犬は地味編。地味編。They're bamboozled. They're like, you are so different from Hitori. You're so outgoing. You're so friendly. You have no social anxiety whatsoever. And I'm sure all those rocker chip vibe thing and the instruments and all that they're looking for is probably shoved away in the closet. And I'm dead with all those seals, right? All the seals that were all across the rooms. Korea has those too. China has those too. Aww. Aww, so cute. Shiba. Again, do you see the tremor? There's no room left for me. All that is obviously a display of Hitori's, again, inner criticism. Hitori's struggle, yes, from social anxiety, but remember, the major contributing factor, what really influences and drives the social anxiety is internal judgments. It's the fear of rejection and the fear of having fear of being rejected. So again, it's the fear of rejection socially, but it's having fear of having that fear of being rejected socially. Does that make sense? So it's like fear plus fear plus fear plus fear. Fear on compound, right? So all that's what's happening with Bocchi right now. So she's like, a 5-year-old and a dog have better social skills than I do. There is no room left for me. I'm sure with another commenter also said, like, the meme is introverts are simply waiting for extroverts to adopt them. That's kind of funny because I'm that extrovert who adopted my introvert friends, because some of my best friends and even my wife are introverts. I'm sure with the help of Kesoku bands, which means unity, a full circle, right? Zip tie. They're gonna slowly adopt, although they already adopted Hitori, they're gonna help even more empower Hitori to bring her out of her cocoon, out of her shell. So hopefully over time through the series, we don't only see the progression of Hitori getting closer externally with friends and meaningful social relationships, but also internally, her inner criticism, her inner voice, her negative self-talk slowly dissipates, slowly go away. Because as long as we keep judging ourselves internally, external things will fade. You may lose a friend, new friends come, but friends come and go. Even families come and go. Nothing in this life is constant. Everything in this life is non-permanent. That's the non-permanence of a Buddhist philosophy, right? One of the major noble truths and main pillars is non-permanence. Nothing in this life lasts forever except death. Death is the only constant. Even this universe, conceivable universe, Earth, is going to burn away billions and billion years away. Sure, that's an unfathomable amount of time horizon, but nonetheless, it is not permanent. So only death is permanent. So in this case, we have to work on ourselves internally. We have to work on our inner criticism. We have to first and foremost display compassion and love. We first have to respect ourselves and love ourselves first. And then everything will compound, and then everything else will come. Grown-up things. Aww. Aww. She's low-key jealous and competing with her 5-year-old little sister because she feels so insecure. Again, it's all part of the growth, part of the process. Trust the process, Hitori. And you don't need to feel competitive against with your Shiba dog and your 5-year-old little sister. Whooping it up. Yo, bribery always works. Nothing works better than children with ice, or not, like icy pops and sweets. Yo, food always works, not just with children, also with adults. If there's free food, even if they may not like you 100%, I'll be there if I like the food. Bribery, man, amazing. People that's externally positive and very affirming, who's good at reframing negative into the positive. She doesn't have a lot of internal judgments because she doesn't judge herself, because she doesn't struggle with internal judgments and insecurities like Hitori. She doesn't judge externally. People who are often the most vocally judgmental outside are also the ones, almost always, that's most negative and inner critical against themselves in the inside. Because remember what I said always in all my series, what's in the internal, what's in the inside, almost always comes out and projects externally. Finally, up to business. Yosh. Hitori still has those party sunglasses, sunglasses on. It's still glowing. Yo, even her parents don't believe her. They're like, huh? They're like, what? Really? They're real? They're not imaginary friends like those potato guitar things. I am dead. Parents are hilarious too. There's so many writing. That's all writing. Oh. Culture festival. I'm dead. Whoa. Yo, what is this animation style? Dude, how many different variety and different styles of animators did they use and hire for this show? What the heck's going on? This is amazing. Slave labor. Whoa. She's literally melting. She's in her internal Lala fantasy land. Let's see if I can recognize whatever anime they're referencing through this. What is this? This Way to School festival? Oh, it's too brief. I can't tell. Commercial break. Hitori's still disconnected. Wow. So are the friends, they're just watching her when she's literally just straight up disassociating and disconnected from the reality? Are they just watching her? Or are they hanging out independently from Bocchi? She disconnected from the entire commercial break. Which anime is this? Death to those. Oh, this show's amazing. Oh? Yo, Hitori's parents dead ass still didn't quite fully believe what the little sister said, and they came in to check on them. Of course, yes, that's the humor, but the real thing is they're very sincere. Hospitality is massive in Japanese culture and Eastern Asian cultures, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, which is the culture I'm familiar with. So I think they also wanted to check in to say hello, to welcome them, to be good hosts, and also to treat them with pizza and salad and different, right, refreshments. Yo, Hitori's mom low-key could look like she's also in high school. When she was smiling next to them, they look like they're friends. Aw, they're so nice. そうなんだ。Yes.
この子、自分の世界に入って迷惑とかかけてない？
Hitori's still disconnected. She never came back, and they're already straight up having a full meal, pizza, salad. The friends are already having conversation with the parents. Ooh. Oh, chicken karage. Ooh. That's what Hitori just explaining. She just explained spiral thinking. The fact that she's still terrified of a sports festival makes her, I guess, dislike her even more, which makes her even more stressed out, more embarrassed, more shameful, more fearful. Spiral thinking, right? It just keeps going to like the bottomless pit. And then boom, chicken karage, right? Japanese fried chicken kind of summons her back into this world. Quick question. This is unrelated, but semi-related. Have you guys tried both Korean fried chicken and Japanese fried chicken, chicken karage? If so, what do you guys like better? I personally think, of course I'm biased, but I think Korean fried chicken with that yum sauce, sweet and spicy, soy sauce seasoning, whatever it is, I personally think Korean fried chicken is the greatest fried chicken in this world, period. We triple batter it. I think we mastered the art of frying, especially with fried chicken. But karage chicken or chicken karage is also top notch. So are you guys team Korean fried chicken or team chicken karage? Let me know. I assume there were hallucinations, definition right here, visual hallucinations, which is people who are going through like a psychosis, a psychotic break experiences. Could be schizophrenia, could be, brief psychotic disorders and so on. And psychosis simply means a break from reality, not in terms of like disassociation or disconnection that Hitori experiences. She just disassociating. It's a trauma response. But a break from reality is what we call psychosis, definition right here. But that's what he means, hallucinations. The parents dead ass thought Hitori, their daughter, was just having hallucinations. Oh man. Yo, the parents are just roasting her daughter in front of her friends. Sure, there is a picture of so-called you guys, so-called friends. But hey, Photoshop is pretty good nowadays. ChatGPT and all these AIs are pretty good. They all could be edited. There's no proof until today, because you guys are actually sitting here and dining with us. Yo, the parents are savages, dude. The parents are the real low-key savages. Hilarious. You go! Yo, oh my gosh, the parents don't stop there. They just, especially the dad, he just keeps going. Sure, there's pictures, but there's great editing software, Photoshop, AI. Hey, don't mind me asking, but are you guys by any chance from Friends rental services? Because that's an actual services in Japan, right? People can pay and rent out Friends, literally just to dine, have companionship, go to restaurants together. There's nothing sexual, nothing like that. It's truly transactional because there's so many Japanese people struggling with loneliness. If you thought loneliness epidemic is bad in the United States, it's a global phenomenon. And especially in Japan, it is really, really bad, right? As you guys know, Japan has one of the highest employment-related rate. And Japan has one of the highest rate among young adults. It's extremely dark, seriously. Suicide prevention is one of my clinical expertise, and I apologize for this stark, sharp left turn, but it is very important about awareness. This awareness about suicide prevention really matters. And to combat that, to mitigate such societal illnesses of like and so on, they created services like friendship rental services, which I think is brilliant. Right? That's economics 101. If there's demand, then you create supply. That's entrepreneurship at the simplest form. So that's what the dad was asking, that are you guys by any chance friends rented by Hitori? Too freaking funny.
バンド仲間です。確かに私ならやりかねないけど、お父さんお母さんの私のイメージって。
I'm dead.
何日か前からずっとそわそわしてたのよ。お部屋の飾り付けの練習だとか言って。
Aww.
やるかもしれないからってツイスターのイメージトレーニングだっけ
Twister by herself. See? This is what Nichita... This is exactly my point earlier. Nichita's cognitive reframing is amazing because we now, of course, the parents are roasting her because that's her daughter. They love her, right? It's all comical display. But now they're explaining the amount of invisible efforts went behind decorations and preparation, in addition to Hitori's anticipatory stress. Definition right here. That's when we are stressed out in anticipation of something that's to come. But in a way, anticipatory stress is like a double whammy. You're going to get stressed about the thing anyway. In this case, having friends come over for the first time, like I predicted. But then now you're stressed about being stressed in anticipation of. So you're not stressed once, you're stressed twice. Right? So because of Hitori's anticipatory stress, and I struggle from that too, by the way, especially with a big national board that's coming up for me that I'm studying for December 6th. I'm extra busy. I'm studying like 10 hours a week in addition to everything I'm doing. I've been pretty stressed out. So it's not just unique to Hitori or social anxiety. A lot of people experience anticipatory stress. It's very normal, by the way. But my point is, because of that, she put in so much effort. Take down the decorations, put them back on, put it down, playing Twister by herself in case they play. And now I'm sure Nichita and the friends, they're extra appreciative of how much effort, how much courage, how much strength Hitori had to summon just to have this so-called normal and easygoing occasion of just having friends over. Because for most of us, having friends over is such a mundane, such a normal, common thing. But for Hitori, it is a monumental task. And I think the friends are going to appreciate Hitori even more because of all this explanation by the parents. Aww. But they know. Historical day. Friend anniversary. Yeah. Aww. Am I dreaming? Bathroom? They're loving it. Oh, movie time. Aww. That alienation with the little caption, it's all inside of Hitori's head. She's not alienated. They're all here gathered together as one. For whom? For Hitori-chan, right? But of course, again, Hitori's fear of rejection, the fear of having fear of rejection is coming up over and over again. That's why it's a constant invisible struggle. But what a heartwarming, amazing, amazing scene. Aww, the day's over. Aww. You're still here. No design. No design. Ah. Come back, yes. Yes. Is it gonna be a troll or actually good? What? Bro, yo. What did I say? Is it gonna be a troll? What is that? A meat dish? A school lunch? Kare? Yo, you're thinking about just food. Remember after that deep talk between Yo and Hitori, she was still dead ass broke. And she had to ask Hitori to pay for her lunch. All she's thinking about is food while she's listening to music in a music store with the excuse of her grandma is turning critical for the 10th time. Oh, I'm dead. But damn, look at those. Yo, look at those biceps though. With the guy in the back. Wow. I'm dead. Yo, she was using the clothes design as like a Trojan horse. That was Ryo's Trojan horse tactic. To package, here's some merch design, but bam! Which dinner should I have? Curry or sushi? Oh, I'm dead. She has one. She has a design. Oh, she already finished? Oh, come on, please be good. That's actually kind of good. That's actually pretty good. Zip ties, like rocker vibe, rock and roll. Oh no. It's lame. Really practical. Ah, like no, bro. Like no, bro. Aww. Oh. Mite mite. Aww. Remember, Hitori it's hard for her to say no because of her social anxiety. So obviously, she was peer pressure to say yes. But that is true though. I forgot. Hitori is always wearing her tracksuits. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this also. She's still what? Kawaii desu? She's like a doll. Wait, Hitori literally looks like her younger sister but older. And her mom literally looks like older Hitori. I get it, they're family, but with this whatever school kawaii outfit, Hitori literally looks like just a bigger, enlarged version of her little sister. I am dead. This is like cosplay, huh? Did the time stop? What is going on? What happens? What is going on? She dissipated into ashes. Oh my gosh, dude, this show is... What is going on, dude? Yo. Everyone's dead. Everyone died. Ah. The salt and the curse. Should I go exorcist? Yo, does the dad have an exorcist on speed dial? Because obviously they're used to Hitori going through this, and this is Hitori's curse. Oh, but aside from just laughing my literally laugh out loud, LOL in real life, one important concept here is respecting people's boundaries. Remember, guys, Hitori is like a cat. Because I'm the parent to, I'm a cat dad of two. Sure, they're cute. You can aggressively and ferociously collect the rent by petting it, right? But then after a while, they're gonna no more. That's it. I already paid my rent. And you have to respect them like overlords. Same thing for Hitori, right? You can try things with her. You can push her to try out cosplay mode, but she went a little bit too far trying to comb her head backwards, and then her forehead was exposed for the first time in God knows how many years. So Hitori's like a cat, right? You have to respect their boundaries, and because they pushed her a little bit too far, the curse was summoned and oxygen got sucked out of it and everyone died, right? So again, inside of this comedy, remember what I talked about this show. This show is hilariously deep. Sure, there's comedy, there's humor, there's laughter, there's jokes. Amazing. At the same time, there's tremendously important but subtle awareness. And here is boundary setting healthy boundaries, not just building up walls and pushing people away. It's not that. That's not boundaries. You're putting up walls, right? But you also don't want people just to walk all over you and take advantage of you. That's having no boundaries. So it's somewhere in the middle. And only you know what's a healthy amount of boundaries for you based on who you are, your personality, and your circumstances. So this is what happens because they didn't fully respect Hitori's boundaries, because no is a no, right? Oh. Oh, yeah, simple. Yeah, simple. Minimalistic. She's psychic. Again, the joke is you're psychic. How did you read my mind? The undertone, the real meaningful thing is they're getting closer. Their team chemistry is blossoming like I talked about in the beginning of this episode. And the more time, not just time, the more meaningful and quality time you spend with each other, the closer you become meaningfully, non-superficially. You can start to pick up each other's sentences, finish each other's sentences off, and sort of gauge what you're thinking. I could do that with my really good friends. And that's what is happening here. Again, this is a symbol of how close they're getting. Amazing, amazing. Nice. I'm guessing it's all black because it's rock and roll. Yeah, I like it. Hmm? Yeah, it is fickle. Nice. Nice. Speak up. Nice. Rain charms? Is rain charms like a ritual, superstitious rituals to stop the rain? What is this, 1500s? But also, isn't Starry Club underground, indoor? But I guess if it's typhoon, then people don't want to travel far, right? To come here, so that makes sense. She's very self-aware. It's hard. Oh. Yo. Hitori is like a reverse oracle. Hitori is a reverse oracle because whatever she says, the opposite happens. She's like, I think it'll be okay. Typhoon took an unexpected turn. It's massive. Oh my gosh, right? So funny. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, honestly, every time I feel down, I'm stressed because I am pretty stressed with everything I'm going on. I honestly really look forward to watching this show. This show is like a sprinkle of therapy and it really helped remedy what I'm going through. It's so uplifting. Again, like I talked about, it does make jokes without making fun of Hitori and social anxiety. It treats social anxiety with utmost respect. It treats all the silent suffering with respect because it's all about awareness. I truly believe that education is liberation. Education is liberation. Anyway, as always, if you enjoy my in-depth analysis, smash that thumbs up and double check. Are you subscribed? If not, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss my next video. And before you head out, let me know what's one thing you're taking away from my video. Did you learn something new? And do you have any other comments? I'll be happy to follow up and respond to your comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, shout out to the best patron family and YouTube members. You guys are amazing. And until next time, peace.